Hi everyone. I'd like to by just talking about how I'm kind of really thankful because um the amount of support I got for this is kind of crazy. Like it might not seem like a lot to other people, but this is like as a first like introduction thingy, a 3 minute thingy, like I'm just kind of in shock. I did not expect that. So thanks. Um, so I want to talk about how Um, recently, I've really noticed that people like would be talking about updates for Minecraft in a really negative way, or like suggesting ideas in a really negative way as well. And I wanted to maybe try to do it in a way that is a little more respectful and not to be like, whoa, Eli defending the big millionaire, billionaire company. Okay. Anyways, but I do think that we can suggest things in a slightly nicer way. So I decided that I want to make three drawings to explain how, if there were ever to be a Minecraft end update, what I would want to see out of it. Starting with my first one, which I will be calling the Fruitful Forest. I'm taking the coarse fruit idea and turning into an actual tree. So basically, that would be a variant. That would not be replacing coarse fruit thingies. Um, but basically, it would be a way for to introduce purple wood because I really want that in the game. I just want a lot more wood colors. And you can see there's like little eyes in that tree, which is because if you think about the creaking heart with the bees, I kind of combined those two ideas and I made it that these trees could spawn with a little like hole in them. Not every single tree, of course, just some of them. And it could spawn that creature that you can see right there, which will be called the Endworm. Now, it's a very lame name, but I can't think of names. I'm really bad at names. Now the Endworm is basically a worm that can like float and whatnot, and it's really cute. I don't know. I like the design. I really wanted to add that. But like bees, you can feed them or you can give them like the like flowers that grow on the trees, and it'll make them produce, as you can see as well, the goop. So that goop, like honey, you can turn it into a block. And my idea for that was that instead of it floating downwards, like very slowly, like what honey does with items, it would make something float upwards. And I think that would be such a good, like, item to add for redstone. I don't know. That's just my opinion. And I didn't want to add leaves to the tree because I feel like it wouldn't really make sense to add leaves when there's literally no light for them to grow. Now I know I added the grass and the flowers, but like, don't question my logic. I just didn't want to add leaves. I think this tree looks would make more sense if it doesn't have leaves. And you can see I added flowers to the tree. Now my idea for this is that we could use the petals from that tree in order to make a petal carpet. And you know how there's so many mods out there about leaf carpets? I feel like if they added that, that could be a way to introduce leaf carpets as well. And I really want that in the game. I really want leaf carpets. It would be so good for decorating. Now, my second idea will be called Gravity Falls. This one's the name for this was not my idea. It was my friend's idea. Um, so thank you, Maggie. Um, Anyways, so this biome would be basically um a biome full of lakes. Now, it's not normal water. I don't know how they would code this, but basically, like some of the water would like flow upwards. I don't want the entire lake to just be floating water. So some of it would flow upwards. And basically, either you cannot water bucket this item because, it would just float out of the bucket, or the bucket could be upside down. Make of that what you will, but I really want that. I don't know. Um, and you can notice in everything that I drew here, I made everything be somewhat purple, and I made it all like horse fruit flowers because I didn't really want to make this too, like, I didn't want to get away from the vanilla theme. I kind of wanted to stick to vanilla in order for it not to feel too overwhelming. This isn't like completely what I would want from a Minecraft end update, but this is what I would think is fair for it not to be too like insanely modded. Now, I was also thinking I want to add a creature in that water, and one of some creatures that don't require light to survive, which is like really deep water creatures. I don't know if this is wrong. I'm gonna sound really stupid right now. Basically, anglerfish. Anglerfish would really work for this idea, I think. And my friend Mr. Muffin actually gave me an idea for this one. So first, I showed this to to some of my friends to just get their opinions on it, and quite a few of them suggested stuff. So I do like giving credit. So my friend Bonfior suggested that I should do something with the anglerfish. I didn't really know what to do, but when I showed the idea to my friend Mr. Muffin, he actually told me I should use the what's it called? Oh my god, brain fart. The anglerfish in order for me to make a helmet. So basically, you could take the anglerfish light thingy and you could make a helmet in order to have like a light. And I think that'd be really cool. So, yeah, basically, Gravity Falls biome, I would want that. Now, the third drawing, that one's quite goofy. I don't really know how to draw dragons. I've never drawn a dragon before, let alone drawing a skeleton of a dragon. You can notice, like, I did not do proportions correctly, but that's okay. We can have a silly, goofy drawing, and I also don't draw structures often. I still wanted to keep it very blocky. You can notice with the dragon's head, I also kept it like more Minecraft feel. Like, yeah. But basically, um, I wanted to expand upon the lore of the end and make it that, when you enter the end, you have to kill the Ender Dragon. Now, my idea was when you kill the Ender Dragon, because, you get free the end. What if the lore was that there was a lot more dragons back then, but that one was the last one, and they've all gone extinct. Now, the Endermen probably don't like the Ender Dragon, or any dragon for that matter, because it's free the end. We're freeing them. So basically, my idea was that they could build their temple thingy on top of the dragon carcass. Now, that might seem a little gruesome, but that's okay. Um, because a lot of the time when I see mods that update the end, which are absolutely amazing, they're really cool. But one thing that I do disagree with is when I see them add villages in the end. Because when you think about the Nether update, we didn't add villages for the piglins. We added a whole structure for them. We added the bastion. So I feel like it wouldn't make sense to have a village in the end with no creatures in it. So instead, I thought about this idea where they would build a whole like city on the dragon dead body, and that's why I called it the End Tomb because they're basically it's the tomb for the dragon that they live on. And you can see I did use like the dragon's body for like uses, like the skull would connect the tower to the spine, and the spine is kind of a bridge that leads to the buildings in the back. And this the rib cage was used. Wait, that's not the spine. Oh my god, I meant the neck. And then the rib cage slash spine would be used as a staircase. I don't know. I just think those ideas are kind of cool. Very goofy drawing though. I want to get any opinions on this. If anyone like agrees with this, disagrees with this, I do want to know about it. I feel like it'd be a cool discussion to have. So yeah, I do want to see people's opinions on this matter because a lot of the time when I think about I've seen this video, I don't know who it was by, but basically they were saying how a lot of people talk about wanting an end update, but we don't really know if there were to be an end update, what it would have. So I want to see other people's ideas. Like, what would you want from an end update? Anyways, thanks again for all the support. Um, and I hope you like this.